And welcome back, and it is the 19th of April, further maths 5 a day, and let's just have a look at the first question. Right, so the first question has f of x equals this and g of x equals this. Fine. Okay. Step 1, let's find out what f of g of x is. So f of g of x is f of g of x, which is x minus 7. And f of x takes whatever is inside the brackets, does 8 over that thing, so that's x minus 7. And the question wants me to equal that to x. So in other words, where does 8 over x minus 7 equal to x? Well, that's just where 8 equals x squared minus 7x, multiply through by the denominator. Just neaten that up a bit. And then it's a quadratic, I can see it already, which means 0 equals x squared minus 7x minus 8, which is the same as x minus 8x plus 1, which means that x is either equal to minus 1 or 8. Not too bad. Nice sort of thinking, do you understand algebra question to start us off. Let's go straight to the next one. Next question. Write the following as a single fraction. Now, I talk a little bit about not trying to jump in and being too clever, but I think on this one, we can be a little bit clever, can't we? The lowest common multiple of 6 and 8 is 24. How do I know that? I don't know. I've done math for too long. And then a is a, so therefore it's going to be 24a. Then what do I do to make this one here equal to 24? Well, I need to multiply by 4. And 7 times 4 is 28, so therefore that's going to be a 28 at the top. Similarly, what do I do to this one to make it 24? Well, I need to multiply by 3a. So multiply the top by 3a, and that gives me 3a cubed, and that is going to be my final answer. I was pausing to see if I could factorize anything out, but of course I can't because of the way that I did it. Question done. Okay, next question. 15x squared plus 32x plus 16 factorize. Okay, I'm not very happy with this one. 1 and 15 and 3 and 5. This is a problem because I've got 1 and 16, 2 and 8, 4 and 4. Actually, that's not terrible, is it? On the upside, these are both pluses, which means I know it's a plus in the middle. So let's at least start with that. So I'm going to make the assumption that it's not 1 and 15. And I think that makes some sense because 15 multiplied by any number greater than 2 is too big, causes me a problem. So I'm going to assume it's 3x and 5x. Then I want to think about which pair of these numbers can I combine with 3 and 5 in order to give me 32. Now again, 16 is too large because 3 times 16 is 48, so that's too big, so it's definitely not that. 2 and 8, well 3 times 8 is 24 and 5 times 2 is 10, so that's also too large, and 5 times 8 is too big, so it's not that. So actually I just think it's going to be 4 and 4, so let's just write it in and let's just check. So 3 times 4 is 12 and 4 times 5 is 20 and 20 plus 12 is 32, so actually that worked. A bit of luck, got there, well done me. Next question. Okay. Oh, this is clever. Right. Hence. Now, the word hence in math is a command word for you must use the previous answer. Indeed, if you don't use it, you'll lose the marks. So what it needs you to do here is it needs you to recognize that this is the same as this, except I've switched an x for a y minus 7, which means it must also be the case that when I factorize it, it is the same as, let's write it nice and large, so 3 times y minus 7 plus 4 times 5 y minus 7 plus 4. And then we can tidy this up. So that's going to be 3y, 3 times minus 7 is minus 21 plus 4 is minus 17. And 5y is 5y. 5 times minus 7 is minus 35 plus 4 is minus 31. And so that gives me the final answer of 3y minus 17, 5y minus 31. Yeah, if you did the expanding, that would be really hard, wouldn't it? Because the factors 17 and 31 are rough. I mean, really difficult. So it's one of these questions that's designed just to check you understand how to do various things. It's not a nice question, but equally once you've done it a few times, it makes some sense. Next and final question today. Calculate the area of triangle BCD. So BCD is this triangle here. The area of a triangle is a half base times height. So I'm going to need that there. Well, that's easy enough because that's Pythagoras on the first triangle. And I'm going to need this here, which is going to be Pythagoras again, isn't it? So in other words, I need to work out BD, then use BD to work out BC. Right, okay, I know what I'm doing. So let's show what I'm doing. So BD is equal to the square root of AB, 12 squared, plus, because the hypotenuse 13 squared, which calculator out is going to be 144 plus 169 square rooted. I don't think that's got a square root. No, it doesn't. It is 313. Then I'm going to take that and work out the length of BC. So BC is going to be the hypotenuse, which is 30 squared, minus 313 square rooted squared is 313, which is going to be, again, calculator out. So 30 squared minus 313 is root 587. And then, I forgot what I'm doing. What am I doing? Work out the area of the triangle. So the area of the triangle is half the height, which is, doesn't matter which one's height and which one's base, but 313 over 587. I wonder if there's going to be a nice number. Let's have a look. So 0.5 times root 313 times 587 is, it's not a nice number, 214.31927, etc., which I'm going to call 214 centimeters squared to 3 sig fig. Now, because I've written down my calculation, it is okay just to go straight to rounding. That is fine, because I've shown how I've got there. Be careful of just writing that out without showing your calculation first. Either way, correct answer. That is today done. Good. I enjoyed today. Clever little mix of questions. Wasn't too bad at all today, was it? That hence was probably the hardest one. But wonder if you got that. As ever, let me know how you did. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.